elevated sense of urgency for Shota Imanaga to make that return and to pitch well because it was against the St. Louis Cardinals, and he wasn't like derailed a few days and said, okay, your comeback's going to be against Houston. Not the same amount of juice, is there?
No, but I think this is why you kind of navigate through how you're going to bring guys back, and knowing that Shota was ready to come back and knowing that everything, was sort of now under the rug, right? You can move on. You can move on from the hamstring. You built his arm up. You allowed him to go out and make a couple starts in the minors. And when you put this board up, look at this.
Do you like the 48 four-seamers? That means he's trying to dot location-wise.
Well, when you have a feel for it, you can dot, right? Because it's not going to be overpowering. It's going to be 92. We saw it, 92, 93. He got away with it because he actually hides the ball really well for a guy who doesn't throw 95, 96. He throws 92, so he knows what he has to do. But when you retire 15 dudes, and you're seeing the swings throughout. We sat there and watched it. The swings just looked like they hadn't seen Shota ever in their career. But, Shota is that type of dude. When he walks in yesterday, they showed him on the bench on our network, and they're showing him, and he was just calm, cool, and collect, like just taking it in a regular game, not charting anything, but kind of just getting his thoughts together, sitting at the end of the bench, watching the game with the boys.
Giving the Cardinals an ocular pat-down. Yeah,
well, and understanding that, this goes through him. He is the actual ace of the squad, right?
Yeah,
Matt Boyd has been really good. We've seen J-Mo be really good, of his last 7 starts, 5 have been really good for J-Mo. So I just think when you have Shota the way he is right now coming through the doors, then everything else can kind of slot into the place they need to be.
Yeah, Shota Imanaga, he was as good as advertised in that triumphant return. His first start since May 4th, 77 pitches, 49 strikes, and since we're being very formal about it and he was able to dot, we're calling him S. Imanaga. Here's Craig Counsell with more on his Aces Day.
Yeah, just how he kind of controlled the environment. Nothing looked like he'd been out there, every single start, and I think there's a tendency to get a little overamped in a start like that. And I thought he controlled his effort level really well, his energy really well, and that caused a lot of really good execution.
When you see him, the execution should poking in the computer like he was to start the game, what's that telling you?
Yeah, I think right away it told us that he was just not going to try to overdo it, and I think that's the natural tendency on a first start back in this situation. Stay within yourself. I thought he did a really good job of that.
Did a good job just by the bullpen again.
Yeah, awesome. A great job. 4 guys, couldn't ask for anything more. They did a wonderful job. We got a big defensive play from Pete. That was a huge play in the game, but they did a great job. Kind of the game scripted out kind of as exactly as well as we could have hoped.
That last moment, do you think Danny was just sort of yelling in excitement? Was he aiming anything at Wilson?
I didn't see it. I was giving high fives.
Okay.
What did you think of the way that he poured down after?
Yeah, that's being a closer. I think that's what Danny's doing so well this year is that you come in with a lead, the other team gets a rally. Then the emotion of kind of the stadium starts to go up, and everything starts to go up, and you have to control it and make pitches. And that's where Danny's taken a huge step forward this year. You succeed in moments like that where that very thing happens. That's what the 9th inning's about.
What did you see when Wilson got hit? It seemed like there were some words exchanged there as well. Palencia didn't seem to rattle Palencia.
I didn't see anything there really. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's just like, it wasn't an intense game. I was pretty hyped, and that's part of the game. Like, it was nothing was intentional. Like, it's just part of the game. Like, I don't know. I don't want to hit that guy. I've been watching that guy since I was a kid. Like, I really feel proud of him. Like, what he's doing for the game. Just like like I say, just like the moment was intense, close game. Like, I think it was just that.
Say something after that, or is that what you're not?
I don't know. I don't listen to anything. Just like I said, I was just very lucky in what I'm doing, and just that.
So you were just yelling, and it just happened to be in his direction.
Yeah, I was just excited, like on which end, because this is my job. I want to do my thing right. Just like I said, just moment of the game.
What, did he say something to you after he got hit?
I don't know. I don't listen. Maybe he think it was on purpose, but it was. So like I said, he's Venezuelan too. Like I don't want to hit that guy. I don't want to hit any guy in this game. Just like I said, just want to do my job.
What was the key for you to lock back in after those two guys got on and close out the game the way you did?
Confidence. I just was trying to be confident in myself. Like I know I'm good. I know that's the moment for me. So I just was trying to throw strike and, like I said, lock in.
How do you describe that feeling after the last strikeout?
Yeah, it was great. Every strikeout is great for me. Especially in those moments, like I say, with this big rivalry, it feels great. It feels great to be part of this game.
What was it like to see Shota back on the mound today? I mean, what kind of boost does that give to the team to see him back around and back on the mound?
It was great. We need a guy. He's special for us. We've been needing him since he left. So just feel great to see that guy pitching again and feel good to be here to support him.
Taste, but the emotions, they would simmer down by game's end. The Cubs, they bang out 9 hits to just 3 for those St. Louis Cardinals, and the Cubs are now 36-7 when they do scratch across more hits than the opposition. This is what you love to see, of back-to-back shutouts of those St. Louis Cardinals, 3-0 as they even up the season series with the Redbirds. It's their second tie when it comes to NL Central Series. Showtime is back, baby. 1 hitter in 5, and we shut them out. Who knew that? I'm That Girl is part of the Chicago Cubs organization. Go Cubs, go. Shota Imanaga. Cubs win. And Shota, he's feeling good right now. You don't believe me? Just hear what he has to say.
幸せなことに、チームがこれまでいい戦いをしてくれたおかげで、僕のリハビリから復帰した登板ではなくて、まずこのセントルイスとの戦いを2勝2敗で、にするんだっていうそういう気持ちで臨めたので、それはすごく良かったと思います。
Yeah, it was really good. I was very grateful because during my rehab process, the team was playing really well. So today, it didn't really feel like my first start coming back from rehab. It was just, okay, let's even up the series. So very grateful.
Was he almost happy that the first batter he had to run to first, kind of show everyone he was healthy and fine, and kind of a similar play to what happened last time?
その前回、怪我を起きたプレーの似たようなプレーで、一塁カバーのプレーがその最初のバッターだったっていうのに対して、喜びを感じました。
そうですね、そこで、しっかり冷静にあれだけを処理できたので、僕もほっとしましたし、チームとしてもほっとしたのかなと思います。
Yeah, I felt, relaxed afterward, and I think the team felt the same way. I was able to stay calm and make the play, so I think there was a sign of relief after that.
It seemed like he just basically took off from where he was before. Surprised at all that there was no rustiness?
その前回、怪我する前からの登板を、続けた感じで、それを継続する感じで、投球をしてたように見えたんですけど、そのちょっとマウンドから時間が離れてたんで、そういう感覚が鈍ったとか、そういうのはありました。
まだ全てのボールを完璧に操れているわけではなかったので、味方の守備もたくさんいいプレーがありましたし、でキャッチャーのケリーもものすごくいいリードをしてくれたので、本当に、自分が良かったというよりかは周りに本当にいいに救われたなと思いますね。
Yeah, I wouldn't say 100%. I felt completely under control with all my pitches. I think shout out to the defense, also Kelly, where he was calling a really good game. So I would say I got saved by all my teammates.